Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. And I'm afraid that I am not here live today. As we speak, I will currently be on the road to Alicante because we're going up to see the the Walking Football World Nations tournament. And we're one of the sponsors. So I'm actually on the road as we speak, heading up there. So I can't do this live. So I'm sorry to let you down. Thanks to you guys who have already jumped on the chat, but please carry on chatting on the chat as you always do. It's going to be a slightly shorter show today as well, but we have got lots of content coming for you because as we speak, I'm probably out recording stuff because I thought, okay, we'll do a little bit of a road trip as well, just to show you what we've been up to. So this is your weekly update number 89. And believe it or not, we are also in a live office situation at the moment. So who knows? It's about 9:15 on Tuesday morning. So I've done this on a Tuesday morning to make sure I can actually get it out for you, because today is going to be a crazy day, and tomorrow even more so. So yeah, we're in a live office situation. So if anybody turns up, I will have to apologize. Also, okay, so let's get started now. And it's very weird not having you guys on the chat. I'm so used to now interacting. When I used to do this before, and there was nobody who watched it, so they really used to get a lot of chatting. But now we always have a bit of banter, don't we? Backwards and forth, or we've had scats on the show, and yeah, so it's a bit weird here being on my own. But anyway, just to let you know, so we actually haven't had any visas or residency renewals in this week. It's only Tuesday so far, but frustratingly, Manchester again, we're up to 14 and nearly 15 weeks with some of our visas, which is just an absolute nightmare. We've sent them ourselves a nudge as such, say, please could you check that everything is okay. People, if you're out there and you've got 14 or 15 weeks in, you're not the only ones. There's more people who are in that situation, but they're just not coming out. It's a nightmare. I suppose moving forward for people who are applying for Manchester, we always say, it's a maximum of 12 weeks, but I think we're just going to have to change that to it's between 12 and 16 weeks for Manchester, because if we're telling people 12 weeks and they're coming out 14, 15 weeks, it's not hope 16th, then it's a nightmare. But yeah, so Manchester, we've seen them do it before, just out of this world. Today, I am off to Marbella later on. Tom is in Ejido today, which is a town right in the heart of Almeria's plastic sea of fruit growing there. And Tom's gone off there to do a visa registration because it's the only place we could get appointments. And I'm off to Marbella because we had a switch around, and I'm doing 2 permanent withdrawal agreement residencies for 2 of our clients from 5 years ago. So that's great. I got the easy job today, so I'll be leaving here about 12. I should be back around 2. So that's it. And apart from that, what else have we got going on this week? We've got currently Julie is in Lorca, and I literally, as we speak, the appointment was at, let's have a look here, at 9:10, which means on the group WhatsApp for work, we should have got the come through the Res Guardo right now. You might have heard a ping earlier on. So there we go. Something that is happening a lot with the cards for the NLVs. They're no longer putting on the NLV cards. Doesn't authorize you to work. Sometimes they put temporal. Sometimes they put temporal familia. They seem to be getting the wording wrong. Now we've spoken to both Malaga and Victoria spoke to Alicante, and they said at the moment that's the name that the system's putting on them. They're still basically updating the system, and they're absolutely fine. The status on the computer is fine. So if you've got different wording on your card, I'm afraid it is what it is. That's what they're kicking out, but your status on the system is an NLV. Right then, what else did I have here in our residency? So weird not having people on. So weird. Strange, strange, strange. And the last thing was I did a short, but it was just to remind you because it's happened to me not once, but twice in the last 5 working days where clients have contacted me with lost documents. I've lost my documents. I've lost my documents. Both withdrawal agreement clients. Now, check the short out on the channel. Both have recently engaged with us, and both of them found the documents in the printer after we suggested they may still be in the printer because we only received scans a few days before from them. It is, if you lose your documents, the most regular place you're going to find them, even more so if you've just engaged with a company to do paperwork and you've been scanning stuff. So it literally is, I always panic. I panicked the other day. I panicked, oh, I've lost my passport. No, it's in the drawer. I'll always keep it. But we always suggest that you have a specific drawer to keep all your stuff in, or a folder. But yeah, if you go to that and it's not there, but you've recently used it, guarantee it'll be in your printer. We do say even more so now, having a printer just helps. Printer scanner, both in the UK and in Spain, when you get here and you're doing paperwork, we just find it's a lot easier for people when they're preparing both the initial application and the renewals. Nowadays, so many people just work from tablets, just work from phones, and you can take photos, convert them, but photos generally really heavy on phones. Phone cameras are massive. Well, they're massive. They take massive files. So having a printer, getting that in your mind, having a printer, having a computer for both the UK and Spain infrared NLV is a good idea. Anyway, let's crack on. It's going to be a shorter show today with the next section, which is Jane Says. Right, so Jane Says today, just a quick one for you. We have a lot of problems with driving licenses. We work with Historia Antonio Lizana, as you know, they're like the company we work with every single day. We work with them with their immigration side of things, with appointments on the ground, etc. They work with us with the social security, with the DGT, because they are a Historia. So we work with basically it's like we have a desk in each other's office and we work boom, 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 backwards and forth. Yesterday was the last day for the quarterly returns, which meant that it's a hectic time. If you're using a Historia or an accountant, but on the quarterly return times, they have return times all the time, so you can't not contact them. But between around the 1st and the 20th of it'll be January, April, July, and October. They'll be stacked, and all their focus is going to be in the quarterly return. So unless it's an absolute emergency, just be careful. Just don't get in contact with them until after that. Or if you do contact them, just be aware they won't contact you till the returns are finished. Also, for those of you who are non-residents and own properties here, remember you've still got 2 months to present your non-residence tax, imputed tax it is on your property, whether you've been renting it out or whether you've just used it as a holiday home, and you've got until the 31st of December. We do have a good video on our channel about that, which I did with Antonio. But Jane says, so look for the podcast non-residence tax return. Jane, talking about the driving licenses, okay, now we have some good news, okay, that the DGT are finally sending licenses to PO boxes, but it has to be a registered Correos PO box. Okay, you cannot use one of these private boxes that often the towns have, expat boxes, which are run by private shops and stuff like that. They won't deliver there, okay, because they send the licenses out via post, not via courier, and post will not deliver to those boxes. So they just won't put it on there. But if you have got, and you live in the country, a PO box, which is called an apartado, the Correos, then the DGT finally will send the licenses to there. So that is great news for that. Okay, then what's up next? Let's check out YouTube. So we have, well, you can see from today's thumbnail, this is something I wanted to show you. Now, that's the banner that we have for the walk-in football. Now, I have to say, I didn't realize it was going to be that big. I must have just looked. I went, oh, that was the biggest banner. Yeah, we'll have one big banner rather than 4 small ones. I think that's a better idea. And we've had lots of comments already from our clients and friends and community up there going, Chris, that's a big banner. But anyway, that's what we're there for. It's a brand awareness. A lot of people say, why don't you put non-lucrative visa on there? And it's not. It's about just brand awareness. People seeing the brand, going to the website, going to the YouTube channel, and checking us out. The Torrevieja Town Hall actually approached us. And well, it was actually the guys who run it said, look, Torrevieja Town Hall was approached you and said, well, if you put the Torrevieja logo, Town Hall logo on it, then we'll leave it up for the whole year, the banner. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. Yeah, you can do that then. They can have a little bit of our banner. And then it actually worked out really well for us, because if you look at Upsticks, it says Upsticks, proud to support the Torrevieja Sports City, the home of the team Spain walking team, and Torrevieja underneath. It actually reads like we are proud to support Torrevieja Sports City. We're actually sponsoring the event, but not actually Sports City. But anyway, I think we came off quite well with that, to be honest with you. Just donating a little 1 meter by 1 meter square there to the town hall with the wording that they've used and the logo of Spain Walking Football. I don't think that's going to do us any harm. But we're not actually sponsoring the whole Sports City. I mean, I'd love to be able to do that, but not. But it does look like that, doesn't it? Oh dear. So let me know if you think I'm wrong. But anyway, and if you're on Torrevieja, in Torrevieja, go and get yourself a photo next to it and send it to me, please. And we'll use it for our end of year collage as well. So this was talking on the theme of losing your documents. Kev said Jan lost her TIE card just a couple of weeks after she first got it, kept it in her phone, and when she wanted it, it wasn't there. I wasn't in the printer scanner either. We couldn't find it anywhere. She went off to England the next day to visit the family, and while she was gone, I found it behind the bog while cleaning the villa. That proves 2 things. One, it's unwise to keep it in a little pocket in your phone case, and 2, I do clean the villa thoroughly while she is away. Well, to be honest with you, I've got to admit, if Lara ever goes away, it's a good excuse to throw some stuff away that maybe you wouldn't get away with if I'm on my own. But because Lara doesn't watch this channel because she spends all day with me, so she doesn't need to. In fact, has no clue what's going on with the channel at all unless she's on it. Then it doesn't matter what I say, really. And here we go. So does Amazon work? Couple of days. Mike, thanks for this. The only problem we had was when the seller chose Correos Express in the same order. We had 4 separate successful deliveries. Only Correos couldn't deliver as they claimed address didn't exist, despite the fact that they deliver the mail. Yes, Correos Express is a completely different entity to Correos Normal. It's different. It is part of Correos, different drivers, different loading system. So sometimes they do this. The most frustrating thing I have, and we've had it often, is when some companies will call you to check that you're in. Okay, now we're in an office environment here. There's no way they shouldn't be able to deliver from 9 till 6 in the afternoon. You can get in here and deliver. And they call me, but I often can't answer. Or if it's a random number, okay, coming through, I won't answer because we have all our numbers registered, people that we're engaged with, people we're going to be working with. It's just impossible to do that. So we can't do that. We can't answer random phones all the time. Well, I might be on a phone call or whatever. So we get the attempted delivery without actually attempting to deliver because we don't answer the phone. So I've complained, and most of the time that's sorted out now. But just be careful. If you get these random phone calls, you're waiting for somebody to deliver, you may have to answer because you'll get tempted to deliver without anybody knocking on the door. To the point where we had it with our couriers, Tipser, who phoned me because I put my phone number on something to send a client, and I said, "Have you actually knocked on the door?" And they were like, "No, we're just checking to see if they're in." I was like, "Well, go and knock on the door because we're paying for you to knock on the door." So there you go. That's my rant for the day. And last one I've got for you today, yes, Malaga not in use in the airport will continue. So this is basically us giving you an update. Haven't had anybody travel, have got some people traveling yesterday. So I'll give you an update hopefully today. Sorry, so it's Tuesday now. Somebody I know is traveling right now as we speak. Asked them for the complete update. Let's see. I should get it out after this video or even before. Who knows? It can't be any worse than the two guys that currently have a personality bypass. Yeah, but let's not go hard on the guys in security. Yeah, these guys, they're there. What would you be like all day, stuck in one of those cubicles, looking at people who are coming on holiday or returning to their villas, and you're stuck there stamping for 8 hours? I reckon it's got to be a rubbish job as well. One thing and a good bit of advice not to do. One thing I got huge trouble for when I was coming through, and it was completely my fault, and it just moment lapse of concentration as I came through, and there's four of us. Obviously, four of us means TIE cards, passports, bags, you name it, you know. And I came through, always keep them on me. And as I was getting them out, I put mine in my mouth. I held it, passport, whatever. And then I went to hand it over to the policeman. He was like, "Don't even dare give me that. You've just had it in your mouth." And I was like, "Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was a really bad thing to do. I'm really sorry." Apologize profusely. He didn't accept the apology, just stamped my passport. And I was like, "Well, I've got a TIE card, but anyway, is what it is." And I understand because I shouldn't put it in my mouth. So yeah, got in trouble for that. So there you go. Even though I had it on me, you know, but yeah, don't put TIE card in your mouth. Last thing I was going to show you a couple of stats from the channel. And I always get a couple of stats out there. We like our stats. So this is in the last 28 days. Our watch time has been 742 hours. There you go. You can see it's pretty steady. You can see basically the weekly update spikes. You know, we just plod along with those. And we've also got here number of subs, 104 in the last month, which is fantastic. So we've gone up 104. Yeah, if we keep it 100, you know, a month, that means we'll be hitting 6,000 around August next year. So that's 6,000 subs. I'm more than happy with that. There you go. Ever interested in what a YouTube channel actually earns? So if you've got 5,000 subs, got those stats. This is our earnings for the last 28 days. 34 euros. So around €1.10, I would say, a day is what a YouTube channel would earn. If you're at 5,000 subs and get around 700-800, I know there's so many algorithms and stuff that you have to look at, but there you go. That's where we're at the moment, which puts us at around 400 a year for the channel. Obviously, for us, it doesn't really matter. The fact that it's monetized, to be honest with you, was just a bonus. We use it more for getting out information to help people find us and our business. And it all started basically back when the withdrawal agreement was a thing the first time round, not 5 years ago. And we kept getting asked the same questions. I said, "Jane, look, let me do a video, send them the link to the video that'll answer the question." And that's where we used to do the videos. And then suddenly we got to 1,000 subs, and here we are today. Right. And so what's next? Right. I'm just going to give you our news item for today. And this never ceases to amaze me. It really doesn't. Just talk about monetary sales where I get the link prepared, because obviously I didn't before I pressed the button. It's not like me, is it? And we have. So, where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah. It's always the same. Here we go. Swedish mafia settle their scores with gunfire on the Costa del Sol. I mean, wasn't it the Scottish mafia a while ago in Fingarola? What on earth? Read this article. It's in the link below. Is going on. The Swedish. It made me laugh. It's like, I thought it initially said Swedish house mafia, which is a great electronic outfit who split up and got back together recently. Who did the song "Don't Worry, Child." But yeah, have a read. I mean, it doesn't encourage you to come down here to the Costa del Sol, does it? It's absolutely bonkers. I've never ever in 25 years. Is it because we're seeing more publicity and it's always been there? Or, we've Costa del Sol has got a reputation, hasn't it, for mafias and gangs and whatever. But the Swedish, well, that's the first time I've ever seen that on in the paper. So, right, what else have we got for you? Read that article below. Right then. So we have, what did I just press? Food and drink. Here we go. We've got some good stuff for you for food and drink. Let me just share this screen. Oh no. Why is this? Oh, the link's below. Okay, maybe not share the screen. Let's share the photos. So we sometimes put the nice food out there, don't we? But check this out. There is in Malaga this fantastic little place, right, called Molita, Cocina Mexicana. Okay, I put a link below which has the address. It's in central Malaga, but very easy to park. There's about 4 car parks right near it. In fact, you literally are on top of a understory car park there, underground car park there. And this place here, which has indoor dining and also outdoor dining, does like authentic Mexican fast food, should we say? It's not authentic Mexican fine dining, it is fast food, but the fast food is fantastic. Excuse me. If you're going into Malaga and you need something quick, or you've got the kids with you, on a Tuesday they do Tacky Tuesdays, and the Tacky Tuesdays €1 a Taco Tuesday, and you can see that they are with 3 of those you're done. So €3, you've had enough. It's €1. There's spinach one there, pulled pork with red onion, and a pulled chicken. That was, and that's what Lara had to eat. Now I went all out and I had a €8 burrito. Look at but it was huge. So that was a beef burrito, absolutely amazing, and we had a fantastic time there. Dropped in, the kids had something to eat as well. My daughter had a quesadilla, and everybody was happy, and it's a great place to go in Malaga. So check out the link below, guys, and you'll see if you're in Malaga Center and need something quick, maybe you're staying there for a few days, then check out the Molita Cocina Mexicana. And one other thing that I had prepared for you, which was in the food section, because it's loosely related to food, is this. Do you know what it is yet? This is, believe it or not, a ginger plant. Now, my mum was left yesterday, been here for 3 weeks, and when she came, she was cleaning the kitchen a bit, and we have a little fruit bowl there. There's a bit of ginger at the bottom, and it literally had a little green sprout on it. She said, "Oh, look at that growing. Oh, that's great." I said, "Oh, we'll stick it in a pot." So now we've been using cocoa fiber as soil. So it's actually planted in cocoa fiber. It's a great discovery of mine. And we put it in the pot, and it's in a shaded area, not in direct sun. And that is how it is now. Now, I'm not too sure if we're going to grow any ginger, but I tell you what, the plant makes a lovely house plant. And that is 3 weeks of growth on this ginger plant. So there you go. Never tried to grow them before. It was just by accident, in casualidad, they say in Spanish. And that's 3 weeks old. So I will keep you in the loop regarding the ginger plant. So we've got one section left, I think. And that is our out and about. As I say, it's a quick one today. We're in a live office situation. I just looked at the calendar and went, this is the only time I'm going to get to record this. But there's one thing that we have that I wanted to show you. I wanted to tell you, and I wanted to share it because we had an experience last night. 2 things out and about. I mean, this really relates to more medical side of things, but yesterday we had a meeting at the school, my son's school. He goes to a public school. Our demographic is my kids go to public school, They don't need to go to private school. I don't think they learn English at home. We teach them, and the public school here is very good. And private schools are very expensive, so we send our kids to a public school. And we also don't have private healthcare in our family. We just use the social security. We've had our children, I've had it for 25 years. Now, I can tell you something. Like yesterday, my son fell over while I was in a meeting at school. Now, the reason I'm looking at my phone is because I'm trying to find my notes. I'm going to do a decent short on this. And Raoul, you got 1 minute. Now, Raoul's in the office today. He's just going to, Raoul, come here a minute. Just need you for 1 second. Why is Raoul in the office on a Tuesday morning at 9:45? Can we show everybody why you're in the office, Raoul? Because he can't go to school. Now, that's exactly the same in the same week that I had it last year. So we have good experience on how to handle these things. So there we go. This happened to us last night. You can go sit down now. I just wanted to demonstrate what I was talking about.
No, I'll stay here.
Oh, you stay? You're happy to be on? So Raoul had an accident, but the accident was at 5:40 in the afternoon, 5:47. Okay. And he's broken his fractured his radio bone.
I have no clue.
Somewhere in the middle there is fractured. Didn't look very clever. Okay, so I got called around 6 o'clock. Put Raoul in the car. We had to go home to go and pick up the medical cards. Just didn't have them on me. Silly. And we got to emergencies and we parked up just outside, thank goodness, at 6:53 in the evening. We registered with emergencies. We were seen, okay, at 5:07. We had an X-ray at 11 minutes past 7. Right, the X-ray was complete at 15 minutes past 7, should we say? We then went through and we were sat in a waiting room. We're seen by a doctor. So you go to the initial consultation. They send you for X-ray. Then you go see the doctor at 7:28. And by 7:40, after they decided that the initial plaster wasn't good enough because it had to go up the arm because there's a lot of pain here as well, it needs to be fixed, they took the original one off, put a new one on further up the arm, and about 20 to 8, we were in the queue to hand in the paperwork that we need for the next appointment. There was quite a long queue, and to be fair, the queue was quite slow because there were some holiday makers there who were using a e-hit card. Okay, so Europeans, so they came and registered with an e-hit card, which takes a little bit more registration, and we were in the same queue. Spoke English. The lady behind the counter it's the special child's emergency hospital, actually spoke good English with them. I was very impressed with that. But by 8 o'clock, we were out and on our way home. Okay, with a diagnosis, a plaster on, and on our way to pick up my daughter. I mean, kudos, hats off. And I don't know any emergency, especially for kids here. The emergencies with the kids, it's just amazing. So I just wanted to share that story because I was so impressed. And don't get me wrong, they're very, very forceful. Okay, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy, are you, at all, Raoul? They were like,
oh no, originally they were only supposed to like put it up to here. But
move your arm. You went, I can't. Move your arm. Can't. The doctor came out and went, then he goes, well, looks a bit, put it all the way up. Okay, rip it off, put it up, get out.
Like, I just couldn't do it. Like, they were trying to bend my hand all the way up to there.
Yeah.
Or somewhere around here. I just couldn't do it. It just hurt too much. They just wouldn't listen. Like, come on, just bend it up.
But anyway.
Listen to it, really.
That's why they're so quick. But anyway. That's it. You're done. So that's our story, and that's why Raoul's in the office. Okay, we're going to carry on with another story now. And I had that exact cast last year, but only for a week because they operated on mine, which meant I could take the cast off and started the recovery. Next item, we have Ruth and Pietro, soon to be one of the first clients who are going to go for permanent residency. And these guys, they're the pioneers. Some of the pioneers of the NLB came in, got their driving license through tests. And just Rooster, just to let you know, Pietro took his La Driver for ITV this morning, got a 3-year certificate. We registered it as historic, and he thinks you said to let you know how we got on at the next ITV. Yes, I did, and thank you guys. You registered cars and motorbikes as historic. Now, we don't even touch that here at the moment in Malaga. We did one recently. It was a nightmare. It's a hard process. Also, it's Norton Motorbike documented on your website blog, won Best in Show recently at the Costa Car Trader event. Can I say it? These guys have done all the paperwork for their vehicles and the restorations themselves. Well done, guys, because it's stuff that we wouldn't touch in Alicante because it's a nightmare. So you can't dedicate the time you need to while running a business. It's just not business sense to touch those kind of matriculations. You need the ones where it's boom, 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 registered. They don't always, there's always bumps in the road, but historic. It's really difficult to judge how much time you'd have to dedicate it. And also it needs to be someone local because the nuances at the ITV. So you guys have done amazing. So check it out. So this is the, so that's the Land Rover. Oh, that's a Land Rover, isn't it? That's a Defender, isn't it? Which has been registered as historic and got the 3 years. And here we have the Norton, which Pietro restored himself and got Best in Show and said he hadn't. I think it was, you said he didn't have a lot of experience restoring bikes, but that is absolutely fantastic. So well done, guys, and kudos to you for your integration and your paperwork and everything that you've been doing while you've been here. You really have been some of the original pioneers of the NLV. And will soon be going for your permanent residency. 2 more items, and now we're going to wrap up early today. Just give you a puppy update. There we go. They're in their cage. So during the day, unfortunately, we do have a little one of those big 10-meter square cage type things. The puppies are getting better. They're about a kilo heavier now. That's them. That's actually Coco asleep at the top. That's how Coco decides to sleep. They are trained on their mats. And I'm warming to them slightly, not this weekend where they kept me up very, very late, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're starting to understand each other. I'll be more happy once the injections are complete and we can take them out for a very, very good long run and really get out and put them in the car, because at the moment we're very restricted because of the injections. So, but I'll let you know how that goes. And last but not least, I just wanted to show you this. I'm going to start keeping our receipts. So just cost of living. I actually nicked this idea of the Scottish couple in Spain, a fantastic YouTube channel. Now in Nerja, follow them. If you're looking at living in the Costa del Sol, if you're looking at Costa Blanca, look at their old videos, because these guys do videos. It's raw Spain. It's how it is. And they say it how it is. Right. So you've got I think it's a brilliant channel. I really do. And I do watch their videos all the time, and they're putting an awful lot of effort into the channel, and they always have done. But recently, I'm like, wow, this is a good channel if you move in Spain to watch. And they were showing receipts in the cost of living, so I thought I'd show you this. This was a meal I had when my sister treated to me on the beach. She came over for 4 days, and we had a basket of bread that was €2. 2 beers. Beers were 2. Can I just say that we were sat on the beach, 10 meters from the beach in a chiringuito. So an amazing setting in October, 25 degrees. Incredible. 2 beers. The beers were 2.80 each. A gin and tonic, which was a Bombay Sapphire, which my sister had. That was €9. And it was huge. Water was 2.50. Sardines, €6 for 8 sardines, which were done over an olive. Over the olive wood. We had the inespetos, as they call them, the gambas pilpil, which has some huge gambas. There was 9 big prawns in there. That was €12. The salmon, tarta de salmon, is like a timbal. It's like a fresh raw salad with mango and avocado, and they put it in a sort of a mold, and it comes on the plate, very, very filling, and that was €16. And pacharan, which is a digestive for after the meal, €5. I couldn't drink all of mine because I was with the car, so I couldn't obviously get mine. I said, because normally pacharan comes a very small digestive, and it was incredible what they gave us. €63.10, €30 each for that kind of meal is just incredible. But I noticed here that there was a 5% tip charge, which took the bill to 66.25. Now, doesn't bother me because I thought it was well worth it, but I've never actually noticed or seen that on a bill before in Spain. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. Please let me know. But next time you check your bill, can you let me know if you see that tip at the bottom? It's called propina. So it was a 5%, but I didn't mind, but it wasn't optional. I also like to tip in cash, because you think, well, if you tip in on the card, they're going to pay tax on that, and I don't want the government to have tax on my tip. I want it to go to you. I want you to have a beer with that money, or go to the staff. So yeah, it was strange, but if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on that, guys, I'll be very, very grateful. Let me know if you're being forced to pay tips out and about. Right, there we go. That's it for today. 35 minutes. So it was a quick one. Sorry I couldn't see you on the chat. Really missed all the interaction, but we'll be back next week with number 90, weekly update number 90, and we'll be live. And check the channel out this week for updates from across Alicante when we're going to the football tournament.